Hey guys, it's me after a long time. This is my old account. I haven't done anything with it. I have another account where I'm up to date, but this one I'm still stuck in Liyue, and this is the last part of the Archon quest. So I just thought maybe I'll record it. This is the part where I'm going to the golden uh, temple, golden place where I'm going to fight Child. Golden. Yeah, I have to check the name again.
Wow! This is the
Golden
golden
House. Thanks, Paimon.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora.
It reminds me of
We're all
Uncle
that
Cruz
Mora is
from
minted,
DuckTales.
In that
He
case,
had an
maybe they
entire
won't notice
vault
if a few Mora
filled
go
with
missing.
golden money, and he used to like swim and whatnot in
Oh,
there.
so it's a trap! Tricky,
It's really
tricky.
funny to
Good
see
thing
that
Paimon's
type
got
of
you
thing.
here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora.
Paimon is
It's
Uncle
like a dream
Cruz.
come true. Oh, right. Back to business.
Back to business.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia.
This is from my phone, by the way. I've recorded it from
Look,
my phone. That's
what
why
happened
the
here?
graphics is awful, because I'm running on the lowest graphics
Paimon
possible.
smells trouble. Quick, we have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
Let's go. Okay, first I'm gonna walk on the Mora because I haven't done that. First time when I fought Child, the first time I went through the Archon quest, I haven't done anything, so now I'm gonna enjoy walking on Mora. It's not that impressive. It's just like land because they're not sliding, they're not falling off, they're not making any sound, and I can't pick them up. So, yeah. Okay, so which way is the Exuvia again? I'm kind of lost here. Oh, that's the Mora symbol. Yee. No, 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 no. Wrong way. I think this is wrong way. That's the way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty good at losing my way. If there's no map in this game, probably I'll spend the entire time not finding my way to the place. Even with map, I just have trouble.
You've already fulfilled your task as
Wee,
guides. So why do you
child.
still linger here? Haven't you
Little
already
child,
seen enough
little
trouble for
kid.
today?
Nah, that sounds weird.
Huh? Who's there?
If you
I
were
should call
Fatui,
him
I imagine you would be
Childe.
entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa
Otherwise,
herself.
If I say something weird
But
using
now,
the word child,
you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
dross.
Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would subsequently be hidden away? If it
Don't
weren't
you
for that
think it's
lovely
a
little
bit
rite of parting
too,
ceremony you put together, it would have taken
convenient
me a
for
whole
you,
lot longer to get
child?
the information I needed.
Think.
Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really
I don't
pulling
understand
out all
why
the stops
child
this time.
had
So
to
you've been
employ
planning to take the
main
gnosis from
character
inside the Exuvia all
to
along?
get to know where the Exuvia is.
As one of the
Like,
11
you could ask
Fatui
strongly, or
harbingers,
do
it's
they
my
not
duty to
have
see the will of the Tsaritsa
that much
fulfilled.
good relation? Like,
She will get
what's
that
going
which
on?
she desires.
I don't know. Like,
I'm not
it was very
asking for your blessing,
maybe
and there's
I just
nothing you can do to
breezed
stop me
through
anyway.
the game
time for
or
discussion
something,
and
but
diplomacy
I
is already
felt
past. I mean,
it
if it
was
were
a
up to
bit
me, I
superficial.
would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am
Simple
oh so
pleasure?
delighted to be sharing with you.
Oh no, what is it? That's the Xuvia. That's the dragon body. I really don't know how it happened. Like, does he have a backup dragon body, or is it his dragon body?
The battle.
Battle?
I'm
So
really
you're the
lost
kid
in
that goes
this
looking for
game.
trouble, huh?
You could
Not
say
because
that. When Signora offended the
don't like-
deities
I mean,
outside
I
the
don't
cathedral
play
in
this
Mondstadt, she
account or
swiftly left
anything.
the scene
Just
once her mission was accomplished.
a lot of things.
Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow
I mean,
and
I
ice
have
to
to
make
then
her
read
escape.
the lore, or
She wouldn't want the
have to
knights to come
find
running
them.
towards the sound of battle now,
If you
would she?
know where I can find
When
all
she
the lore
faces a worthy
consolidated, like
opponent,
not like
she will
read
prioritize her
some
mission,
from here, read
weigh
some
the
from there.
outcomes,
No.
and consider the consequences
If
of her
you know
actions.
one place where
But
I
as
can
for
read
me,
the entire
The
lore,
greatest pleasure of being a harbinger
everything,
lies in crossing blades
then
with strong
comment down below.
opponents.
Let me know
Won't let what happened in Mondstadt
where
ever
I can
happen
read
again.
about everything.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good.
Fight.
I won't kill you,
Why
traveler.
can't
I'll
they
just play
solve
along
issues over
to
a
feel
cup
the
of tea?
thrill of battle.
Like seriously, sit down, chill, vibe,
Besides,
whatever
you, could
you
never
guys
defeat
call
me,
it.
not even in your wildest dreams.
Stop fighting.
But hey, try to relish
then
the
again,
fight anyway.
That's
Because
the
if you
fun
ask
part
me,
of the game.
without that,
So
what else
carry
is
on.
there? Fighting talk, I love it.
Fighting talk.
Now let's see you
yes.
live up
Now,
to it.
I'm in a dilemma. I want to be a pacifist, but I also want to fight.
This chance is hard to come by.
So when I
show me
first
all
time
you've
fought
got.
child in my
So
old
very
account,
few ever get the
it
chance to
wasn't
square
that
off
easy.
with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now,
I mean,
amuse me.
how
and
should I
don't
say?
you
Like, I
dare
didn't
disappoint.
die, but it was difficult to defeat him. So I thought maybe I should raise my characters before I fight child, because he was my first big boss fight. Before that, I hardly fought any boss. I mean, one of the local bosses, fine, like small local boss, but he's kind of district level or state level boss. So
I'll protect us.
I've seen a lot of players
wonder
actually
Signora was so
struggling
wary
to
of
fight
you.
him for the first time, because
That
obviously
just means I can go all out.
low level and
Brace yourself.
he's
This is
kind
about
of
to
like,
get
oh no,
tough.
we had
Now,
Divalin,
show me
don't.
what you can do against the
Oh
might of a
my
harbinger.
god, I completely forgot about him. Child is the second boss, the second big boss.
Something else?
The first one is Dival. Oh my god, how could I?
Let the show begin.
Keep back.
Anyways, like I've seen a lot of people struggle, and I have struggled a bit myself, so that was kind of like I was a bit scared. I was always scared for weekly bosses. Like when I first time fought Azdaha, when I first time fought Sinora, when I first time fought Raiden Shogun. In fact, after first time fight, it took me like a really long time to go back to Raiden Shogun.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is
Because
quite
I
impressive.
was like, no, she's too
But
much.
that's about as
Then
far
I
as you'll
upgraded
get.
Yoimiya, and now she's a breeze. Ooh, child with his delusion and a vision. He's a double-decker
Didn't
bus.
think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down.
In
Stop
case you're
acting like
wondering
some
why
wide-eyed
I'm
recruit. You've seen this
talking
world.
over
You of all
all
people
these
should know.
dialogues, because
This
most
should
of
have
you
been
have probably
expected.
seen these things. First of all, nobody is
Well
going to
then,
watch these
I'll be
videos, so
taking
I
more access
don't give a damn.
gnosis now.
Second of all, if anybody is watching, you've already seen it. So
I see.
my blabbering
Well, this
is
is
the new thing
most
that
unexpected.
you're here for,
You.
really.
You beat me to it, didn't you?
Transformation! Yeah! Power Ranger! Well, she does look like a Power Ranger villain, or maybe a evolved Power Ranger himself. Tartaglia. That's how it's pronounced, right?
Not bad,
I don't know.
but this is going to cost you!
It's going to cost you.
Yeah!
Oh my god. That's the fakest I've ever heard. Like, I do better. Probably. And I'm horrible at voiceover. Ooh, War of the Worlds. I think that aesthetics kind of like that. War of the
You
Worlds.
got to the Gnosis
This
Academy.
lights coming down from the fog. I don't remember. Is
Did
it
you
War of
simply
the
move
Worlds?
faster?
I
Or
think it is.
did you leak the
Some
information
weird
regarding the
alien
gold house to me
movie,
on purpose?
probably.
No matter.
This is his third stage, and I absolutely love his cape. Like, look at that flowy, silky thing that looks like the sky, night sky. I mean, it looks like the space. It's beautiful. I mean, maybe he's my enemy, but I can compliment on his cape, on his fashion style. Fashion sense? I think it's his fashion sense, yeah.
Nice and spicy.
I mean, just because you're a bad guy, that doesn't mean you won't have a good fashion style. No. I mean, I like his overall getup in third phase. Third phase.
Frying pan into the fire.
Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Conjuring up a well. Sometimes I get so disoriented, like, which way should I go? Especially through mobile. Like, in mobile, you can't see anything.
Nice and spicy.
Like, most of the screen is just like, what's happening? But when I try it from the computer, it's really good. It's
Thank you
good.
for pulling me.
The computer. Like, with mobile, but mostly I play on mobile because I
Let's
don't want to
dance.
open computer again just to play again. I'm too lazy like that. Almost. Just, almost. Yes. Yes, it's late night and still someone thinks it's okay to horn,
Child's back to
blow a
normal
horn
again.
while they're driving.
Well then, time to cool off.
It's like 3
It
a.m.
seems
in the
burden
morning.
of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked
Foul
the
legacy
opportunity to think this
transformation.
through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Tell me, how could that? Because I'm an alien, for heaven's sake.
You
Like,
already know
I
the
came
answer,
from
don't
another
you?
world. I
I can see
journey
it in
without a
your eyes.
spaceship.
But if
What
that
do you
is a
want me
secret
to
you
tell
wish
you?
to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity.
Have you
This
seen
battle
the
has
first
already
cutscene?
left
Oh,
me
you
satisfied.
haven't. You're a child. You came
Anyone
later
who
on,
strives
but
as
yeah,
I do to
like,
grow stronger
we
shall be
journey
called
from
a
world to
friend,
world without a
even
spaceship,
if our
without a
friendship can only be
spaceship
shown in
suit,
battle against one another.
It's we're
Pretty sure
overpowered.
that's not the normal way to make
In
friends.
the lore, by the way.
Unfortunately, I must bring this
Not
amiable
in-game.
conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the
Oh,
Exuvia
now
to
he
begin
gets
with.
it.
In fact, it might be that
Now
the
he
Exuvia
gets
was just a
it
diversion of
that
sorts.
Exuvia is.
So you mean that
Yes, it appears so.
Why didn't he think
Interesting
that
to say the
someone
least.
took it out
It seems that the guardian deity of the
before
capital
them,
of
both
commerce
of them? Like,
is also well
child
versed in little
MC, there
maneuvers
could be a
beyond
third
the boundaries
person?
of contracts.
Like,
As
why
such,
did he come to
we
the
must now
conclusion
look to our
immediately that
backup plan.
Exuvia is
Backup
fake
plan?
and
I had
Rex
hoped it would
Lapis is
never come to
alive?
this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, The world belongs to those who
Hey,
pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
Weird face. Yeah, child does have weird face.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the
I
vortex.
still don't get
who was
Archon
defeated
War,
by Morax,
like
the
gods
Geoarchon
versus
in the
gods I
Archon
know,
War,
but there's
and who has
not a
remained
lot of
pinned beneath the
information, or
waves
maybe
by
I
the
just skipped through
Geoarchon
them.
stone spears ever since.
Some NPC said and I didn't listen. Probably. I would assume the second, but
If such an ancient
if you
god would be
guys
unleashed
know
upon Liyue
somewhere,
Harbor,
if anyone's
defenseless
watching,
without the protection of its
and
deity,
you know
do you
where
think
to
the
find
cunning
all
Rex
the lores
Lapis would
together,
just stand
consolidated
aloof and watch
at
the
one
ensuing
place,
destruction?
and please let
But
me know
The
where it
Archon
is.
War ended 2,000 years ago.
I'll just read
How
them.
can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by
Not
the
like
Seven?
some part
Simple.
of the lore,
I've
other
already
part of the
prepared
lore,
the means
the
to
entire
awaken it.
thing. No, and not just the manga. Like I'm not talking
Those
about
are
just the
sigils of
manga, but I'm talking
permission.
about the lore as a
Paimon remembers
whole.
now. The Fatui
About
have been
Archon War,
researching them.
about Istaroth. I don't know where people got those names from.
Indeed. The one
I
that was given
don't
to you
follow
was
the
just a
website
byproduct
or
of our research.
any other place.
With the power of so many sigils
So-
of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geoarchon spears for a time should be no obstacle.
If you hear some weird noise
Using the
that
powers of ancient
that
gods in
maybe
such a
me,
situation
I'm just
fails to
moving
interest
around or
me,
doing
is
some
largely
stuff
against
or
my
moving
principles.
some stuff around.
But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geoarchon to show its hand, but you
How
as
is he
well.
doing that? How is
that
he
makes
making
matters a
them
little more
move around
intriguing.
him? Like so many questions. Okay, so the thing is, I was going to record just the child fight, nothing else, but then I forgot that there was another fight right after that. So I thought the graphics that is shown here is cool. So I was like, maybe I should record it, and then I ended up recording till the end. So
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
how did he pass through that skylight? Like it seems like it's covered.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast.
So many questions.
What's
Ooh,
going
that
on?
floating, that Tixing's home, Tixing's office. That what is that thing called? Yeah, I'm that much devoted to Genshin Impact. I don't remember any of the names. No, Tixing is the organization that looks over Liyue, but the building, floating building, I don't remember. Wow.
Paimon's exhausted.
Osial, right?
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade
Jade
Chamber flying
Chamber,
over
right.
just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What is Overlord doing?
are you doing
like,
here?
he is like, I'm confused. What happened? I just woke up.
It's the Adepti. What are you doing
Because
on the
he's
Jade
not doing
Chamber?
anything and everybody is
Paimon thought
chatting
you were
around.
arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
This is a very pretty deer.
Paimon gets it.
Deer.
So how do you plan to defend Liyue?
I mean,
Just
you're
being this
standing
Overlord
around
of the
and
Vortex guy
blocking
puts
in
a
front
pin
of your
Paimon's
enemy.
tummy.
He's just
Even
right
from all the way
there
out here.
with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads.
It's not
Or
just
is there
you.
more? I
We've
don't
got
know.
new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking.
The force of an ancient god's presence seems
He
to be too
does
much
look
for ordinary
really
people to
pretty,
handle.
by the way. Everyone's
Which is why
I
we
mean,
must
in this
stop
game,
that
everyone's
monster before it
pretty,
gets any
even the
closer to Liyue Harbor.
opponent, even the
So the Archon
so-called
war was
bad
fought
guys,
2,000
they're
years
also
ago
pretty.
against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millelith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
This
We've
entire
already
scene looks
discussed this
cinematic
together,
just because
and
of
our conclusion
Osayo,
is
the Lord
not
of the
necessarily.
Vortex.
What? Wait, all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter
And
of the
the sky.
Guizhong ballista when it piqued
The
their
sky looks
fancy.
really awesome.
And as
Even
fate
though
would
I'm
have
doing it from my
one who
mobile,
did craft the
I should have
Guizhong
done this
ballista
from
with
my
one's
computer.
own hands is here.
It did look really
For
awesome.
what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Tell me how Ningguang doing this? Like, she's doing some sort of magic. But she's not a wizard or magician or something, is she? She just has geovision. Yeah, geovision. So how is she doing that with all that hand movement? Like, what's happening here? How? I mean, I understood if the adapter did that, but no, it's not. And she's a human. So far, I mean, that's what we know.
They're attacking the Guizhong ballista.
This is really cinematic.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Sails. I mean, Lord
All
of the
able
Vortex
Millelith,
is
with
really,
me.
really pretty.
Let's go help
And I
too.
can't
We
take my
Adepti
eyes
have
off
not
of
faced
him.
a god in
No,
several
I said him.
millennia.
Because
Let one
there
see
was
what you're made of
was
then.
an
What
event
strength
where
remains
his
within
wife,
you. One wishes to witness.
whatever, she also attacked and all that. So it's a he, I think, or a she. Nothing's bad. I'm so lost here. Like, which way to go? Which way are they coming? Like, I can't even see them. I'm tiny. Wee. See, if it was a computer, if it was from PC, I could have seen the upper part, like where the adapti are fighting, actually doing their thing. Probably I could have seen that. But here I have to move the camera up for that. And if I do that, then I won't be able to see from where all these guns coming from.
That is
All
Osial's
these
divine
guns
power.
coming from.
I am
Which
very
place?
familiar.
All of this guns coming. Like,
Be
they're
careful
coming
not to
from
get hit.
all around. See? I'm so haphazard. Like, I'm so
Let the show
lost. Wee.
The Fatui!
And
Their
then
attacks are
the Lord of the
unrelenting.
Vortex is attacking me. Come
How
on.
daring. Snatchnai's diplomats will answer for this
Oh, I hate
afterward.
those
Every
electro
last
hammer
one.
guys.
Look at you, Boozound.
Those are the worst. No, the cryo gun are also really bad.
The ancient gods
children.
Almost died there.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
Okay.
This is adeptal energy.
So Madam
That
Ping
light
is
from your body.
an adeptus.
It's like the tiny giant card.
Okay.
Wow, it's Madam
I
Ping's
wasn't much
shockwave.
sure about
This
it.
grady's really strong. Eat this! Nice and spicy.
Time for a break here. My duty. One.
Out of the frying pan, into the... Think you can bully me?
They are just all over the place.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's
I'm
like in a
getting
fight.
powers from all the other people, like
My name means swiftness.
Yao.
Take my power and
Ping.
run as I do.
And did Ganya give me? I didn't notice.
Oh. Scratch that.
Diana's shield is not powerful for those
Let the
blasts.
show
Like,
begin.
she's having them and immediately they are getting destroyed. Who gave?
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little.
Who's,
Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted,
I
try to use them in
have
battle.
lost. All the accounts of like who's giving what. I can see there's a red spike. And I have 3 adaptal energies.
Scratch that. Hey-ya!
Oh, there's one. Oh my god. Are all of them? Oh no, there's more. There's more.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
They keep on coming.
You're toast! The more, the merrier.
I guess this is it.
Hi.
Shake and stir! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Eat this!
No excuse for slacking. My work.
Boba, get them! Look at me. I'm here. Scratch that.
Now I'm sleepy because it's like never ending fight. It's like they keep on coming.
Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this
Fight
lot
on,
off, the
comrades!
Adepti will be able to deal with the god in
Comrades!
peace.
Think you can bully me?
By the way, we repaired one of those bow vision ballista. How could they get 3 of them? Yeah, my phone went really bad. My phone couldn't take any more awesomeness, so it just got stuck. And then it got lost in the process. And then Jiao is saving us.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Nice. That part where everybody was just saying goodbye to each other and Jiao said, I understand and everything. That part was amazing. Like, really great. Just so good, that part. I don't know why, I just felt so good watching that. And for a moment, I forgot it's a game. I thought like it's a movie.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has
Colorful,
indeed begun to
dear.
fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
So he's not
We
dead.
are indebted
he's
to
just
you for your assistance.
injured or something.
If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
I think they
Come
came
now.
for
There's no
a
need
fight
for such
originally.
harsh words, Cloud Retainer.
Like crush.
I've heard that when
the
Ningguang began
Liyue
learning to do
chasing
business,
something.
she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room,
But I didn't
but with
understand
continued
why they
expansion,
wanted
it
to
has
fight
become the
or
palace
something.
that
Like they
lies
thought
before
is the
you
chasing
now.
that
It is a
killed
testament to Ningguang's
not Zhong,
entire
like,
life, both as a businesswoman
Rex
and as
Lapis.
the backbone of the
He
Liyue
has so many
Qixing.
names. I just don't know which one to say.
Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in
Once
our
a business
negotiations.
person, always a business person. Like even when she
Thank you all
sacrificed
for
her
hearing me
jet
out.
chamber or whatever.
We know
like-
very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
By the way,
We
how
cannot
is
yield
this?
to your wishes.
How do they work? Like
Oh?
she's the
3,700
government, but she's
years.
also a business person, not
According
a
to
politician.
our records, the Adepti
like
signed a
Donald
contract
Trump,
with Rex Lapis to
but
protect Liyue
not like Donald Trump.
3,700 years ago. Even to
so
this very
confused.
day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of
So
time.
why she
immovable
was
as
saving
stone,
for the jet
just as
chamber?
it was
Isn't it like
thousands of
a
years
public
before.
property, like a
This
government
is truly
office,
no small feat.
or is it her
But that does not
personal
mean
house?
that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze
I mean,
upon
if it's
the
public
land.
property, then
Instead, focus your
it's supposed
sights
to be
on our
made from
city
tax,
and each of the citizens
and
that dwell
nobody
within
should
it.
own it.
Are you questioning our
Permanently.
means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
This is so
In the dream,
mundane.
I yearned to tell him that we Qixing,
No, not.
though mortal,
How should I put it? Not
are
mundane,
equally
it's,
bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves
Bland.
many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him How the past generations of Qixing
And the
had
conversation
strove under
could have
his
been
rule
a
to
much
survive
more
in our mortal world,
clearer and direct
establishing
for
a
the player.
network of
Like, not
contracts which has since
everybody
come
is
to be
as
known as trade.
intelligent
But
as
I
I
dared not
am.
speak. I could
No, I'm
only
just
gaze at
kidding,
him in
like,
silence until
I
the moment
totally
I
don't
awoke.
like this type of
Aw,
conversation, like
Ningguang.
Yet another
this
perspective.
roundabout conversation.
What are you
like,
trying to say, Outlander?
adapters are here to fight the chasing or something, and they are going to say, no, we didn't do anything
That's
wrong.
something that
Let's
happened
just
in
talk over
Mondstadt.
it.
It's a story about the Four
Childe.
Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the
They
seven
are
nations
talking
has
over
its own
it,
scars
like
from the
talking
past.
about
Though your point is the very
I
height
suppose,
of
but in a
simplicity. As Adepti,
very-
we've become a laughing stock, to be
very dull
chastised thus by
manner,
an outlander who has lent us such
a lot
succor.
of it.
All right, all right. Didn't
I don't know,
Ningguang
I mean-
suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so
I
why
think
not
Madam
see
Ping
for
is
yourselves?
the one
I
kind
apologize
of makes
for appearing in
sense
full
when
armor.
she speaks.
I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti.
Look at this guy.
I thought this battle would perhaps
Just
be my last.
has a bit of
But
beard and
thanks
no
to
mustache.
the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered
Like
as
a
I feared
goatee.
we might be.
Kinda like
Although
a
I am
goatee.
a mere mortal soldier. I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
I don't know if it's called Goatee. Hey, there's a kid.
Why does everyone
Why
look
is
so
there a
down?
kid there?
Didn't we just beat that big
How
monster?
is she, and why is she alone? Like,
Weren't you frightened,
who did she
dear?
come with?
It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't
I know
afraid.
she's just
All the strong Millilith guards
an
were
example
there, and
how
those
everybody
powerful
is
heroes with their
keeping
visions
her
were
safe
there.
or people
Everyone
safe or
was
whatever.
there.
And how grateful
When
she is.
danger
But,
is near, everyone always
why
protects
is she
me.
there alone
And the rest
by
of the
herself?
time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue
This
Harbor.
is like an
Please come
advertisement
visit
of
us for
Liyue.
the next lantern rite.
Like if Liyue government wanted to make some kind of
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able
tourist
to participate.
advertisement.
Huh?
Oh, everybody protects
Because
everyone,
we are
and then
Adepti.
they make fun toys and tasty snacks. Please come back.
Okay.
Please visit
It
us.
must be
and come
hard
back
being an
again.
adeptus. Aw.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today.
They are in a way
The
advertising
country of
these things
contracts
to the
is
adeptis.
grateful to the
Adeptis.
Adepti for their
Adepti?
protection. But it is no longer necessary for the
Adeptuses.
city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so,
These
Cloud Retainer?
birds are really beautiful.
Your
Really,
line of
really
inquiry is
beautiful.
askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes,
Xiao
one
just want
understands
to
what
go
the
back
conqueror
to
of demons means.
That inn,
The city
and I
of
forgot
Liyue
the
has
name
changed
of
much after our long
Manchu?
separation.
whatever.
One fears
and
that by the
eat his
time one
almond
finally grasps the
tofu
new
in
contracts
peace.
of Liyue,
So leave him alone.
you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough.
Whence we
Away
came.
we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we
Mooncover
depart?
is right.
In my view,
Like,
that is
that's what
still a
I was
thing to be
thinking, like,
guarded against.
Who's going to keep an eye on them?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is
So
best
you're
left to
going
the
to
people
have
of Liyue.
voting system?
Looks like the conflict between humans
Election?
and Adepti was avoided.
Like what?
All
What's going to
ends
happen?
well, huh?
How will people of Liyue is going to take action if
Oh,
Chising
right.
does something
It's nice that we've got peace
that
now, but we're
is
forgetting one thing.
illegal or
Child wanted to unleash
something
the god,
harmful to the people?
so he could lure Rex
Because
Lapis
politicians
out.
do that all the
But
time.
we were
like,
able to
look
handle
around
the
you.
overlord of the vortex on our
I know
own.
I'm just
So Rex
trying
Lapis
to
never showed up.
make
Oh,
it
and
more
speaking of
realistic,
that,
but
don't we
I know
still
it's a
need to get to
fantasy
the
story
bottom
and
of that Archon's
it shouldn't be
death
that
too?
complicated. But I do agree with Mooncarver that one wise head
get
on
it.
that
But isn't the strongest
four-legged
lead we have the
body, the
Adepti-less rite of
children.
parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Okay, so I cut the part where I looked for Zhongli. So I just went
Is there anything
straight
I can
to
do
the,
for you two?
I think
I'm
funeral
afraid that
parlor,
Wangshan
Wangshen
Funeral
funeral
Parlor
parlor.
isn't in
Yeah,
the best
I
state to
am
receive
at the
guests.
Wangshen funeral.
We've come to see
Parlor.
Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't
Because
here
we
at the
had
moment.
to
It seems he went to
like,
Northland Bank.
run a
Doesn't
lot.
the Northland Bank belong
to
to the
get there.
Fatui? Last
I
time we
don't
saw
remember if I
Zhongli was
used
before we
teleport or
went to
not,
the
but-
Golden House.
Yeah.
Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble.
I mean, if
We'd
I
better go
was
and
there,
make
I would
sure
have
that
think
everything is
Zhongli
okay.
is in cahoot with the Fatui. Like, if he's visiting the Fatui at that time. But no, these characters are too pure to think like that. Now I'm gonna run and I recorded this part because I thought the bank is close by. Yes, it is. Let's enter. Yay! I hate going to bank. So dark.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Ooh,
Don't take it to heart,
Senora.
child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that.
I think they
Oh,
could have
it
stretched
seems
Sinner
that
a
some of your
bit
friends have arrived.
longer. I mean,
It's
they
Zhongli
let her
and
go
Child.
really pretty early. I mean, look at those.
You!
I mean,
You're also
look
one of the
at
Harbingers?
her.
It's you two. I
She's
believe we've met once
stylish
before.
and
In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you
pretty
still remember my
calculative.
name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the
yeah,
Harbingers
I
are
wouldn't
here.
be able to take Child and Sinner both
Well,
together.
if it isn't you two.
I can.
This is our first time
assure
seeing
you
each other
that.
since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have
Such a
different views.
I mean,
that's
I
all.
really don't have
Of course,
anything against
you may
Childe. I
very
don't
well
like
hold
the
this
character
against me,
itself, but
that's
he has
up to
such a
you.
casual
The real
approach to
deceivers here are
everything. I like
Senora
it.
and Zhongli.
I will feel
Curse
really
them for leading
sorry
me
if he
on.
dies at some point
actually,
in the
I think-
story.
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The
Agreement?
Gnosis, please.
The Gnosis?
What in the world are you talking about?
How do you pronounce that? Gnosis? Yeah.
The contract is fulfilled.
Suddenly he started speaking in
That
Middle
which thou
English.
seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
Yes.
For
Is
my
it Middle
promise
English?
is
Probably.
solid as stone.
It looks like a chess piece, which is boat. I don't know what's it's called in English,
Sanctimonious.
but in our language it's boat.
What?
So you're the Lord of
No,
Paimon,
wait.
Paimon.
That's an exciting twist and all, but
Seriously.
why give the
Keep
Gnosis to
up.
the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter
Zhongli is
solely
wearing
between the
his
Tsaritsa and I.
zongliner under his eyes. I call it zongliner.
You don't think you went
First,
a little bit too
coined
far
this
with that
name
whole
in
fake
a
death thing? Everyone
I
was
think it
preparing
was
the
in-
ceremony for you, and splat! This
in a
big
stream,
dragon
live stream.
falls out of the
I said the
sky,
live streamer
and
is
our
zongliner,
Liyue
and the
goes into
streamer
an
liked
uproar.
it,
Talk about a disaster.
so I keep calling it
Gathering all
zongliner.
the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti.
Specific
Even boulders that
3,700
can
years
withstand
is
whirlpools
why not
will
3,000
erode
or
with the passing
4,000?
of
Just
time.
3,000. Like it's a
I
weird
kept
specific
convincing
number.
myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers,
Of all
"You finished
that
your
you
duties.
for 3,700
Go ahead and call it a
years.
day."
He never heard it once.
I stood
Before
motionless
this
among the
day,
crowds,
like after
asking myself, have I already finished
when
my
he
duties?
decided to,
Oh, Zhongli.
you know.
But as I
fake
began to
die.
consider relinquishing my divine
Nobody
role,
said that in
I
3,700
soon
years.
discovered that
Nobody
many
said that
reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had
before.
dwelt
Maybe they
in
did,
for so
and he
long,
thought, no, my duties
already
are not
prepared
yet
to enter its
finished.
next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
Not going to lie, these
That's right,
parts of the
which is why I
quests are
continued
really
to
slow.
safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
These
In the end,
analogies,
the
my
resolution to all that
goodness.
has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept
Senora
everything
is
she
a
knew in
good,
strict
good
confidence.
character, like even as
This,
a
despite
bad
the
character,
eavesdropping
a
ears
villain,
of her
or whatever
colleague,
you call her,
Childe.
she's a good
This
character.
meant I could
get to
remain
know
at
her lore
Zhongli,
later on from other
even having the
videos,
chance
but
to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form.
okay.
Thank you
By
for
the
joining
way,
me on this journey, traveler.
do the artifacts?
All of these things
I
turned out
heard
as I had planned.
there's some of the lores attached
There
with
was
the
only
artifacts.
one
I have to
thing that I
check
had not anticipated,
if
and that was
I
the
could
conduct
find the
of the Liyue
details.
Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent.
I still don't
I had
understand what
always
Qixing
feared that
does.
it was
Like
too soon
now
for them
they are
to take
taking
over
the
from
power.
me.
So before that, they were
And
just
it
kind
was
of
also
an
that
agent
which I
of the
longed
god.
for the most.
So they're kind of like
such, This is the best parting gift
priests.
anyone could have given this god of old.
like church
Hey,
or
what
temple
about
or
me?
mosque or whatever.
Doesn't anyone feel the
Is it
least
a
bit of
good
remorse
thing
for deceiving
to
me?
give the
You
reign
practically kept me in the dark.
of a society to
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of
head
this.
of
Wreaking
an
havoc and
organization
turning the
that
city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to
directly
thank you for
related
your
to the
performance,
god.
if anything. If you hadn't created
so
the pressure of
confused.
a battle
Anyways.
between mortals, adepti, and a god,
They
the
didn't
lump
really
of coal
explain the
resting in the hands
political
of the Geo Archon,
aspect.
Liyue, would never have been
Of
able to
society,
become
like,
a dazzling
is it
diamond of a city.
democracy? Is it
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me
feudalistic,
like that? Are you itching
monarchy?
for a fight?
Is it theocracy?
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you
I mean,
see
you
it?
could say it's theocracy
Well then,
because the
with
god
the gnosis
ruled
in my
directly
possession, I have no use for
on the
such
people.
idle chatter.
So it is
We should return to
something
Zapolyarny
different
Palace and seek an
than
audience with
actual
Her
human
Majesty,
world.
the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Sinara
Do
doesn't
as you
care what
wish.
Chel thinks of her. Like Sinara doesn't care who thinks of her. What she's badass.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon.
That sounds epic.
My
contract to end,
all contracts.
It's kind of like war
As
to
for the
end all
bargaining
war.
chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future
Though,
journeys.
I don't know if I agree with the sentiment of war to end all war.
Paimon can't absorb so much information at once. So Zhongli, what
Yeah,
sort of
we are
contract
all
did you sign
curious.
with the Cryo Archon? Paimon's so curious.
One of the
Seriously?
clauses of our contract
NDA?
was not to divulge
You
any of
signed
its
an
contents.
NDA. Oh my
You're so
god.
petty.
Zhongli's doll, yeah. And in front of Jiangling, I think Jiangling is a teenager. That's why she kind of looks like a child in front of Zhongli, but when I see her separately, she looks like a young adult, like a Bovetin adult. So it's kind of confusing. You can't tell an anime character's age. I mean, look at Zhongli, like he's 6,000 years old. You can't tell that by seeing him. That was a joke, by the way.
Today's
Ooh,
the
that
day of
was
the rite
fast.
of parting.
But I'm having this problem
Although
on
the
my
star of
phone
the show
where
is fake, We spent so much
the
time
conversation
trying to
cuts off.
organize
I don't know
it.
why
It would be a
that
real shame
is
not to go there
happening.
now.
I don't remember having had that in my other account, but here I see the conversation gets cut off weirdly, like really fast. In the middle, it just cuts off. I'm not going to follow any road. I'm going to fly down from above, like a boss. Bells. I have
Well,
to
since we're going through with this rite of parting,
yeah.
I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes.
He looks young.
And to think that this happened right on the heels of the
uncle,
incident with Rex Lapis,
to be
too.
honest.
Say,
But then again, you can't
do you
really
think
tell
the person
unless
who
you're 8
assassinated
years
our
old, like
Lord and released
Madame
that
Bing
evil
or
god might have been one and the same?
Granny
Now that you mention it, that's very
Rupshon,
possible.
how do you pronounce it?
Yes, it's very possible indeed.
Or those carpenters.
I mean, it all fits together. That
Other
person must
than
have
that,
colluded with the evil
everyone
god
is
to
young,
harm Rex
like,
Lapis.
Yeah.
Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel.
Even your uncle.
Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like
They're
he's about to make an announcement.
fishmongers.
Let's hear what the Ministry
Like
of Civil Affairs has to say
warmongers.
first.
They're fishmongers.
Race you!
Hear ye all! The Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's
Exactly,
how
I
they're
also need a
spinning
bit of translation. I'm
Something feels
sleepy
off.
and
Why would they suddenly
there's
give up
a lot of
looking
heavy
for the
voice.
murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis
Oh, so
wasn't
Chising
dead?
still
But Zhongli said
doesn't
that neither
know
they
that
nor the Adepti
Zhongli
knew anything.
is the Georkan and
Did Zhongli
all
tell
the
them
stuff.
in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
Ah, okay,
Exactly,
okay.
right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
I was thinking everybody's in it, like everybody knows about it except my character. Wait. Rite of parting can wait, but glaze lily first. And silk flowers first. Funeral? Yep, that can wait.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
She's pretty happy
3,700
about
years
it.
of contracts
not gonna lie.
burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue,
This
were
is,
indeed
that guy,
prosperous.
yeah.
But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our archon walking among us.
Younger.
Now that we have awoken from our dream,
I should have recorded
we must
her
learn to
part
say
of the quest
farewell.
as well. Younger.
Will you stand with
So
us
many
as we
innuendos. I
reestablish
mean,
our contract?
it's not a game for children.
As we build
really.
a
Like,
new age of prosperity.
if anyone sees her part
So
of a
concludes
quest,
the
of
words
this
of Her
quest or
Eminence
any
the
other quest, my
Qinchuan.
god. I think this
Does
is
Her
the
Eminence
quest
the
where
Yuheng have anything
she
to
was
add?
overly...
Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Ka-ching!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
He spoke. Why can't he speak more often? Like, really? Now I have to talk to random 3 people. Not random, they have selected. Like, I can't talk to these people because they're not selected by the god of Hoyoverse.
Rex Lapis. Rex Lapis.
So
now that I think about it, if
this is
everyone's
the
of the
worst
same mind as
part.
me, perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
He's still thinking about business. Oh my god.
And to think I'd put my best
I don't know if
perfume
I
on
should
before coming here, thinking you'd
pity
like
them or
But it
be
seems
sympathetic
as if
to
those
them or
perfumes really
be
were meant to be offered to
concerned
Rex
about their
Lapis.
business mindedness.
Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in
Viva
love,
la
they say.
mercantilism.
And that's
I don't know what's the
gone
Spanish
in
word.
one stroke.
Mercantilism.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue, what shape shall our relationship take from now on?
Why are you asking me that? What shape your relationship will be? I'm neither your therapist nor your guardian nor the god. Yeah, I decided to interact with the bell as well because why not? Look for Zhongli. Yep, there he is in his own funeral. What a man. What a god. Whatever.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this.
Behold
Everyone in
my
Liyue is
beautiful
caught up in their
graphics.
emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If
So
the two of you
he's
can spare the
been
time, I should
US
treat you
Archon
to a
for more
meal
than
at the Liyue
half of his life,
kiosk.
more than half of his life.
That sounds like
Don't
big
you
talk,
dare
Shiny.
telling us that you are going to treat us
You if
because
you were treating us
you're
to some
broke.
third-round knockout,
AF.
but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand
My
inside
God,
Liyue
you
kiosk.
have been
Are you sure you can afford it?
gold digging child for so long that
You're right. I do like the Mora.
I do. Yeah, of
As the
course.
Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that
So
mortals
he's
do.
mortal, like his
When I was
lifespan will
journeying
be
with you, though I
as
still
much
had
as
the
a
gnosis in
normal
hand,
human being, I
I
suppose.
knew that I must soon retire from my
So
role
he
as
will
an archon.
die
So I had to rehearse a little
after like
for my
a
new
normal
life.
human year in
Oh,
that
no wonder. Paimon gets
world.
it now.
Like
You
I don't know
didn't
how
look at the
how
price
long
tags
humans
when
live
we
in
were spending
Tevat.
because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives
Parasite
off
to
of other
society lives off of other people's.
Well, we were only spending
Oh my
Fatui
God.
money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not
they like
merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal
She said that to
Zhongli
a
could,
god. I mean,
no matter
that
how
takes
many times he
guts.
descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey
So
may be
this
difficult.
kind of ends Liyue
The
part,
nation
I
that
think.
neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is
if
presently
I
closed.
Do
Yes.
of
The
course
nation has
when
been
Sumeru
closed
will
by
come
order
out,
of its
I
deity,
will
the
log in
Electro
from my
Archon
older account
Ball.
where it's up to date
And
because
just as
now
the
I
people
can't
of
go to
Liyue
Sumeru
prefer
in
to
this
call me
account
Rex
because
Lapis,
I'm not
she
even
too
to
goes by
Inazuma.
another name among
So-
locals in Inazuma.
Baal. Yeah, I
Paimon
completely
thinks
forgot
we've heard that one
Raiden
before.
Shogun's name was Baal.
Right? Raiden?
That
Like,
is the
nobody
case.
talks about
And
it
since
anymore.
Raiden is
Like
also
everybody
the shogun
says
of
either
Inazuma,
A or Raiden
people
Shogun.
call her the Raiden
Sometimes they talk about Makoto, but no one ever says
Dwarf were
Baal
saying that the
anymore.
situation in Inazuma is very tense. Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Where is he going? Like, why
When
is he
faced
moving
with circumstances
away?
beyond their control,
so he
humans
can
often
pose
bemoan
dramatically
their lack of power.
backwards towards us and them. See,
But if a
okay,
person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
So the gods
That's
actually
how people
give
in Tibet see it.
But
visions.
starting from last year, the
Right.
Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them
because
upon
I've
the
seen
hands
so
of
many
the
people
statue of the
having
omnipresent god.
theories that it's
You want
not
to
the
seize
archons. Like
visions.
these gods don't
But why?
give visions.
Aren't visions blessings from the
Someone
gods?
else does.
I should think that in the
I don't know
Raiden Shogun's
what to
eyes,
think.
it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that
God
could
of
pose a threat to her
Eternity. So
eternal
she
realm.
becomes God of
The fact that
Eternity,
even I,
became
the
God of
oldest of the
Eternity
seven, have
after
now
she
passed away, will
started
only strengthen her resolve to
aiming for
pursue
eternity. But
eternity.
before that,
Knowing
like when
her,
Makoto was
she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond
all
of
those stuff.
when proclaiming that decree
Was
to her
she
people.
God of Eternity?
7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles.
Nearest unto the heavenly principles.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
This is just like
that
Venti's
was a good one.
Like
Failing
at the end
a
when
divine
you
trial.
get to
How they
question
came up with
Venti.
that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then.
Gifting
Was there
dreams and
anything else you
visions.
wish
So
to know?
these visions are not those visions, right?
Before
So
the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking
even
on the
if
way.
they're
Most of them
coming
put the
into
blame for
someone's
everything
dream,
on Childe.
how would they know
These
that
are
it is
indeed
the actual
false
God and they are
accusations.
not just
But it
conjuring
remains
up something?
undeniably true that Childe did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Childe's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Kuching is absolutely right in saying this.
So anyways, this is almost
Now,
at the end.
though I did
and
laud Ningguang's desire
yeah,
for power,
I will try to
believing this
upload
to be a
Sumeru
good thing,
videos, but
and thought as a matter of
probably I
course
won't make
that
any
she must have been
tutorial for
behind the
Sumeru.
Qixing's plan
I do
to
love
take
watching
governing
some of the
power over
tutorials
Liyue
video,
from
by
the
the
hands
way,
of the
like,
gods and Adepti.
really
Could
good.
the original
So
person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you
I
don't
will
have
also
your nose
post these backlog videos
into more
because
into that?
there's a
Lorax
lot of
is
things that
dead,
has to be
are
done.
they all just gonna
A
disappear?
lot. Like I have
Also,
20
Golden
world
House
quests
the
from
only
Monster
mint
and
in the
Liyue
entire continent? Will it
there
even
on my
continue to work?
quest menu. So yep.
The Mora
That's a
present
lot.
now will not vanish.
And I know there are
But
still
the Golden
other
House
quests
will
that I
indeed
haven't
have
got
to cease
yet.
operations for a lengthy period
If
of
I
time.
walk around a bit,
Since
probably I'll
creating
get
Mora
those
requires
quests.
the use
But
of the Geo Archon's
after
power.
all this, then Inazuma. Now I really know the pain of new players. Like, yeah,
Yes. This
it's
is
very
indeed
difficult
a
for
major
them to
issue
catch
from a
up to
financial
the
standpoint.
current position. I
well,
wanted to play
I
Honkai
suppose
Impact,
we'll
but
just
I
leave such
thought this is
troublesome
the same
matters to
issue
the
with
Liyue
Honkai
Qixing
Impact.
to
I don't
debate.
know if I want to play. I watched a beginner video and it was so
Oh,
overwhelming.
private
Like there's
fund.
so many buttons, so many things to do, so many
This
this
does
and that.
seem like a
I was
good,
like, nope,
logical, common sense idea.
not now.
It's
No,
a
no,
shame.
no.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah.
Well
Yes,
then.
bro.
I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Yay! is finished, I think. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's for today. I won't continue and forever and ever. It's really long for me to make this video, and yep, I'll upload another video soon. So subscribe if you want, hit that notification bell if you want, and yep, if you just like to hear my babbling, you can subscribe to me, because
All
I'm
right.
horrible at anything else.
Was there anything else you wish to know?
So yeah.
Well,
And
then,
all the other quests, some
I
of them are
suppose
locked,
you'll
so I
have to find a way to
clear
get
them
inside.
one by one. Probably next is 10 slave quest.